How's it going, guys? My name is Tavarish and today is awesome. I am so excited to show you what's underneath this car cover. But before I do, I wanted to talk to you about a company that's very near and dear to my heart, Lamborghini. You see, for almost 60 years, the name Lamborghini has been synonymous with luxury, performance styling, and just turning heads in general. And finally, after years of scrimping and saving, I have bought a car that is none of those things. Oh yeah. Take a look at that. It's all downhill from here. Okay. So if you guys are new to my channel, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoy it because there's a lot to enjoy in this episode. This, if you can't tell, and if you hadn't read the title, is a fake Lamborghini. This is not a real one, even though it sort of kind of looks like one if you look at it from far away, really far away. Further than that, keep going, perfect. So even though this car doesn't look exactly real if you know anything about cars, a real one would cost anywhere between $200,000 and $275,000. And this one cost me $300. Now I know what some of you are probably thinking, $300 isn't a lot of money for any car, much less one that sort of kind of looks like a Lamborghini. And I'd agree with you, but I got this car for such a steal because I use today's sponsor, AutoBidMaster. So if you guys haven't heard of AutoBidMaster before, let me fill you in. They're America's #1 auto auction marketplace, and they have over 183,000 vehicles on sale every single day. One thing you guys might not know is the fact that some states actually don't allow you to bid on salvage auction vehicles unless you have a specific license. But what I love about AutoBidMaster is that it allows you to buy in all 50 states without limits on the type of cars. So if you type in Lamborghini, let's see what pops up. One thing I love about this site is that it's so easy to use. Everything here is laid out in front of you, and you can find some really cool things. Is that a Diablo SV? No, seriously, there's a Diablo going up for sale in Georgia. Oh boy, I should not have seen that. So actually bidding on these cars could not be easier. So let's say I wanted to bid up to $100,000. So what's gonna happen is it sees that $100,000 bid, but it doesn't put in $100,000. That's my maximum bid, which means that all it has to do is beat this bid, and then it's gonna bid up in increments if somebody wants to get in a bidding war, which they definitely don't, because I want this car. And to make it even easier, AutoBidMaster has partnered with EasyHaul.com, an awesome company that ships these cars directly to your door. I actually might need parts from this one, so let's see what this goes for. So I would strongly recommend getting a paid subscription because it basically pays for itself. Not only do you get lower transaction fees, but you get a pretty good shipping discount. So if you guys have ever been curious about getting a salvage auction car, this takes all the guesswork out of it. I could not recommend them more. Go check it out in the link in the video description below right now. So what does $300 get you in salvage kit car land? Well, for starters, it gets you real Lamborghini doors. How do you open this? It's a great sound for it's a great sound for a Lambo to make. Yeah, that's just like the real thing. You have an amazingly well-appointed interior here with matching center console and a some speed transmission. Oh, don't want to put it out of gear. The interior is the nicest part because there's plenty of headroom here, and I love the exposed fiberglass work. You know, you don't get this kind of quality in any other car. And also the seats. The seats are quite good. They have a lot of let's just call it patina. I think this is made of some rare earth leather. Leave that alone. Also, just like any real Lamborghini, comes with some spare parts. This is a antenna that goes somewhere. Let's just put this around here. But one thing I really do like about this car is that it has the Countach lines that everybody loves. It has these awesome wheel arches, it has this huge scoop, and it has these awesome vents. Just make sure not to look over there because well, there's a reason why this car is $300. So coming back here, and things aren't exactly the best. Now this is a mid-engined rear-wheel drive car, so it has that going for it, but this is, let's just, okay, oh, okay, all right. So, hold on. This might not be exactly like Lamborghini. Okay, all right, so we're just gonna do this. And we have an awesome 2-point-something liter V6 from a Pontiac Fiero. And now that you've seen this, we can zoom out and you can see why this car was so cheap. Not only was it crashed, and not only is it very, very unattractive, but it doesn't even run. Actually, it didn't until my friend Jared came and fixed it. Now, we did have to spend a bit of money on the car. We had to spend more than the car was actually worth. I think we spent like 300 bucks, but we got a new distributor, we got a new cap and rotor because it looked like the car was underwater, but this engine now runs sorta. So if you guys have followed me on Instagram in the past, you'll have known that I wanted one of these for a very long time, and I didn't want one that looked real. I didn't want a Provo kit or something that looked even better than the real Countach. I wanted something that looked super fake. And the fact that this car was available, even though it did have some slight body damage, I thought that this was the perfect car to get just to see what it was like, just to see what people spend their money on to essentially fool people into thinking they have a real Lamborghini. Now, this is a lot of interesting problem solving as far as how they put this kit together. Now, this is all fiberglass. There's some aluminum here and there's some steel section, and all that stuff doesn't make any difference because it didn't actually add anything to the structure. This structure is bent, really, really bent, to the point that that engine is sitting cocked sideways. I'm not even sure if we can get a actual test drive in. I don't know if this thing is gonna be dog tracking down the road. I don't know if any of this actually works, so we're gonna have to find that out, but this is not savable. I actually tried to look at what parts I'd need to finish this, and this body is all one piece. You have to get that as a fiberglass piece, and guess what? I don't know who makes this. So this is just, yeah, it's just really thick it's glued on, it's glue. So that's good. This has another party piece. Actually, how the heck do you do this? I think it's, just pull this. Okay, I'm gonna pull this. It doesn't exactly pop up. Pull this, jam a key in here. All right, this pops up, and you have access to your totally unobstructed front trunk. You're totally, okay, there we go. And we close it nice and gently. Good. But my favorite part about this entire car has to be the iconic pop-up headlights. The iconic pop-up headlights. Why does this not work?
They're on now.
Where's the pop-up headlights? What happened?
Did they just break?
Oh, okay, that's a thing. It's like a real Lamborghini then. Well, that doesn't work, but the horn certainly sounds Italian. Now, there are a few minor issues with this car, namely the wheels are a good 2 feet sunken inwards, and there's no drain on the windshield, and we're missing oh, actually we're not. Oh, there's a mirror here, so that should, just put a pin in that. There's no window here, and the windows here are a little bit removable, so that's that. But none of that really matters because not getting used to that, because this car, hold on. Okay. Because this car is, well, it's a really good example of what this car can be. Ow. When I got this car, it wasn't running or driving, but right now, how many gears does this thing have? And fire in the hole. On the button. The tachometer's a little optimistic. Does the AC work? Oh, okay, that's, the rats were in there. This has a steering wheel that has almost all the bolts in it, and it's made of the highest grade Chinesium. I think it's time to go for a ride. So usually you're not supposed to drive with the doors open, but since this is a Lambo after all, and I'm not quite sure how safe this is, I should probably have a good method of escape. Now this is, I believe, a 4-speed manual. That's all right. All right, driving my Lambo. So the steering wheel is a good 90 degrees off from where it should be. Let's see if it turns all the way around. See how this Lambo opens up, shall we? Oh. Now the gauge says I'm about 12 volts. Don't trust that. The gauge says I'm idling at around 2,500 RPM. Definitely don't trust that. Okay. Takes off pretty good, actually. It's not horrible. So the engine, which was known for fires back in the day, is not in super rough shape. And the speedometer is not working. So I think that's probably going to be as far as I want to drive it. So as far as the driving experience, I definitely say that this is like a real Lambo. 100%. Okay, e-brake doesn't work. And now comes a time where I'm going to answer the question that I know is on a lot of your minds. Why did I buy this car in the first place? It is a piece of junk. It doesn't look good, even in the best of times, and it's not a performer, and in the best possible scenario, it's still a fake Lamborghini. Well, the reason why I got it is because I've always wanted one of these, but I could never afford it. And now I definitely can afford it because, again, they're like 300 grand for a real one. But what I can do is I can make my own version of this iconic supercar, and we're gonna do it for SEMA, one of the biggest car shows in the world. Now, we're not doing it for this year. Obviously, we don't have the time to do this. I'm not Chris from BS for Build, but we do have ample time for next year, and this car is gonna play a huge part in that build. Now, if you guys want a sneak peek of this and what I want to do for that project, go ahead and follow me on Instagram. I think you're gonna really like it. So I'd like to give a big thanks to AutoBidMaster for sponsoring this video. We're actually gonna be doing a lot with them in the coming episodes. You guys are really gonna like it. But until next time, this is me reminding you guys that on cars like this that have humble beginnings and they don't look very good, but in time and with a lot of effort, they're gonna be awesome, you guys need to wrench every day.